Hey, Shalom, 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 when the start of souls, but give no praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, Shem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles, GMS, and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth, what sincerity. This one here, something that's been on my mind for a while, right? And it's this question that Paul asks is Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Right, and so the title of this one is "I am therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth." Right, and I was what sparked it off. I was thinking about might be talking to your family members. Your family might have grown up in the church, right? Your family might have grown up in the church, or whatever, what have you, right? And then as soon as you start, speaking the Bible to them, it might not even be anything deep, right? Then they start getting offended. And the thing that came to my mind was family members basically talking about, oh, why are you drinking this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other, right? And I said, look, man, Yahushua's first miracle was turning water into wine, right? And they got offended, man, right? So you know how women do, right? So it says Galatians 2:9, right? It says when the ruler, in fact, let me read into a little bit. No, I'll read it real quick. It says John 2 says, and the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Yahushua was there, and both Yahushua was called and his disciples to the marriage, right? And when they wanted wine, the mother of Yahushua saith unto him, right, they have no wine. Yahushua saith unto her, woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. Right? It says, his mother saith unto the servants, whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. Right? And there were set there 6 water pots of stone, and the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Yahushua saith unto them, fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. And he saith unto them, draw out now and bear unto the governor of the feast. And they bear it. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made into wine, right, and knew not whence it was, but the servants who drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and saith unto him, every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and when men have well drunk, then that which was worse. But thou hast kept the good one until now. Right. So yeah, this is the miracle Yahushua performed to turn water into wine. Right. I remember saying this to my family member, right, and then like I said, they became emotional, right, and really, what is it? It's not emotional, about what the scriptures say, because the scriptures, there's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol. Right. In fact, what was that? First Timothy 5:23. No longer water, right? 5:23, I think. There we go. First Timothy 5:23 says, drink no longer water, but use little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities. Right. So according to the scriptures, right, there ain't nothing wrong with drinking yak, right? Yeah, you gotta do it in moderation, right? You ain't supposed to be just, be a drunkard all up in the street. Like you see these what do you call it? In England we have a saying, white boy wasted. You see these Edomites just be out, laid out on the floor after a night out, which, they can't do that anymore. But they'll be laid out, in the pool of their own vomit. And you ain't supposed to be doing that, man. Right? But drinking wine, yeah, that's nothing wrong with that, man. Right? Yeah, you got a couple of precepts there, Sirach 31:27, Matthew 11:19, Proverbs 31:6, and John 2, which we just read. Right? But once again, why do people get offended? Because one fact says, because their deeds, if I can spell evil, evil, right? Right, it says John 3, I must start from 18. It says, he that believeth on him is not condemned, but that he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High, and the name of Yahushua, right? And rather Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's Yahweh being the name of the Father, right? Yahushua being the name of the Son, whom the world namely calls Jesus Christ, right? And spirits had it whereby this is coming back into the forefront, because at the end of the day there are no names under given among men wherein we must be saved. Acts 4:12, right? It says, and this is the condemnation, that light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil, right? So, because people like doing wickedness, because people like, they like this world, and this world is all about wickedness. Where you read in Isaiah, it says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit, right, into this world. And also Isaiah 60, right, says, darkness has covered the earth, and gross darkness the people. So the people are in gross darkness, man, right? And they like being in gross darkness, right? Just like cockroaches, man, they like it when it's dark, right? But as soon as you shine the light on them, what do they want to do? They want to scurry, right? It says, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming into the world, so that there is the truth is available for people to find out, right? So they ain't got no what do you call, no cloak. In fact, let me try find that if I can. I forgot how it's spelled. Was it the same chapter? No, it's not the same chapter. Right. It says John 15. Just get straight to the point. Right. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, in fact, I think I actually do need to read into. Yeah, because in fact, yeah, this is actually on point. So what do you call it? I'll jump back into this actually. This is actually something that I wanted. Right, where it says, and men love darkness rather than light, because they were evil. Right. So what do they hate? They hate being told that they're evil. They hate being told that they're going off. Right? It says, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light. And this is it. And this is the answer to the question that Paul asked, right? Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth, right? To those that are unclean, which it says in Revelation, right? He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is unclean, let him be unclean still. Roughly paraphrasing, right? So these people that ain't meant to get it, the sinners of the Most High's people, right? They hate us because we tell them the truth. We tell them that they're wicked, right? We tell them, that they've what do you call it? That they've what's the word I'm looking for? That they've committed adultery, right? We tell them. In fact, let me look that account up as well, right? Because even sorry, my mind's going up. I didn't want to do that. My mind's going a couple 100 miles an hour at the moment, right? This is how would this? Where? What's the account? Right, so John 14:3 says, for Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. Right, so basically John was saying, look, what you doing, man? You're going off, man. Right? It says, and when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him a prophet. Right? So basically, what you call it, Herod do, man? Right? He reacted with hate because he got cut, right? He got told something that he didn't want to hear, right? And that's our people. You tell them that they're going off and they don't want to hear it. Right, now we know Herod was the Edomite, right? So this is why I was saying this scripture is coming on my mind as well. It's ye are of your father, right? This is John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, right? And the lust of your father you will do, right? Yeah, so to hate on the man for telling you to do the right thing, man, that's wicked, man. Right? It says, hey, would you call it? Cain hated Abel because Cain, would you call it? Cain did the wrong thing, but Abel did the right thing, right? That's that spirit, It says he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right? So that was that, the point that was to be had there, right? So yeah, so I forgot what where I was, Salakia, but let me read back in John 3 and 20, right? It says, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light. Yes, once again, they hate the fact we were telling them, look, man, stop committing adultery, man. Yeah, what are you doing, man? Right? Stop doing this, stop doing that. People don't like being told, don't like being reproved. Ooh. It says Proverbs 29 and 1. It says, he that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. Right? What precepts do we have here? Oh no, it's just a breakdown. Right? It says, lest his deeds shall be reproved. Right? But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. Right? Can't. So that's the point there. In fact, there's also one in Isaiah. Was it 5 and 9? 5 and 9. 9 and 5. Nope. Let me find it. Isaiah 5 and 20. Salat. Right, it says Isaiah 5 and 20 says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right, and this is the society that we live in, right, where evil is called good, right? He's so brave. He chopped off his rod and became a woman, right? That's dark. That's darkness. He also wants to talk about the dark ages. These are the dark ages, right? At the time of darkness, we quoted it before, Isaiah 60, right? In gross darkness. In fact, let me grab it, man. It's Isaiah 60, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Right? It says, but Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right? So darkness, great darkness, has covered the people, which is why, all manner of wickedness is happening in this world. Right? And is more than that, it's promoted in this world, man. Have I lost my precept? I lost my precept, haven't I? Where did it go? John 15. I think I wanted to start up. So I think I want to start from verse 17. 18, but I've highlighted 17 anyway. It says, these things I command you, that you love one another, right? So we're supposed to have love amongst the brethren. At the end of the day, right, we're all we have, right, in this fight, right? Everyone out there is an Agent Smith, right? And so rather everyone out there is, yeah, the Agent Smiths, man, right? Says, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hate you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, right, but I've chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you, right? What did we just read there? If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. And what was Yahushua doing? What Yahushua was doing was telling the people the truth, right? Calling people out on their wickedness. That's what Yahushua was doing. And what did they do? They hated him, right? In fact, they conspired to kill him and then did get him killed, man, right? Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, man, right? It says, if you are of the world would love his own, but because ye are not of the world, right? Why we just read the world is full of darkness, right? And as a quote before as well, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, right? So remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted you, if they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, right? Because they know not him that sent me. Oof. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin, right? And that's what the Lord is, doing with his prophets, with the apostles on down, right? That's why we've been sent out. We've been sent as watchmen to the people to to tell them, as his heralds, right? To tell them, hey, the Lord is coming back. The Lord is coming back. The Lord is coming back, right? Get right with the Lord. And to the heathens, we've been saying you're condemned, and you have to pay, right? But in terms of our people, we're telling them to get right. And hey, more and more and more and more celebrities are coming out saying they're Hebrews, man, right? More, and saying certain things that you're like, yo, even just now, brother, posted a screen grab of, I believe it was Chance the Rapper, right? And he based the root word, right, and he's basically was going into the Hebrew, and I was like, well, who else goes into the Hebrew? That's Great Millstone, man, right? Yeah, so we don't know. It switch says you can't do nothing for the against the truth, but for the truth, right? Basically meaning that even if this is Esau plotting against us, right? Even this is Esau, making a plan, using these celebrities to try draw us on to do, and bring the whole Israelite thing into the mainstream, right, or whatever, what have you. It's doing just that. It's bringing it into the mainstream, regardless of whether, he's doing it for wickedness' sake, right? The truth is still coming out, right? Just like with these old protests and whatever, what have you, we don't know, whether it was staged or whether it was real. But guess what? It still had the desired effect that we wanted. See, the elites think that they've got the desired effect that they wanted, but ultimately, who wins? Right? Once again, one of the brothers in our camp basically made a statement: the house always wins, right? And who know's which got brother Rakam Kapash, right? He said the house always wins, right? And then he went on and further said, and whose house is it? And this is Yahweh's house. So no matter what, right, the house always wins. Yahweh, whatever's happening is happening to fulfill prophecy, right? So basically, I said all of this to say this: these people, they have no cloak for their sin, right? They might have thought that they, are, the apostles and, different brothers. For instance, we've changed our location. We used to be out there in Oxford Street, right? People can no longer say, well, I never saw them on Oxford Street. Well, all your celebrities are talking about it. It's making news. It's doing the rounds, right? It says, he that hateth me hateth my Father also, right? So, and this is it, man. So we ask that question, Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Right? Do you hate me because I tell you the truth? And you do hate me because I tell you the truth, right? But really, who do you hate? Right? If anyone's get hating on you because you tell them the truth, guess what? They hating on the Most High, because we're not speaking of ourselves, right? We're speaking words that Yahweh Shem Yahshua has put into us, right? We're reading the scriptures, right? And we're using the understanding that has been given to us, right? Um, right. It says, if I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father, right? But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in the law, they that hated me without cause. But when the Comforter is come, when I will send you send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from my Father, he shall testify of me. Right? Might as well finish it. It says, and ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning. Right? And I read it already, haven't I? He hateth you, hateth me. Did I read that? I believe I read that. Oh, yeah, perfect. Right, it's John 7, And 7, the world cannot hate you. Right? So when people are, making enemies out of us and reviling us for this truth, it's not us they hate, right? It's not us that they're made an enemy, right? It says, but me it hated, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil, right? So as always, Lord's Will, that was edifying. Yeah, till the next time, let's say, Shalom.